we have a big win, or she really loves Chit Chat's play, right? She thinks she's really fun. So she's texting me about her sometimes, but I think she likes our young kids, so it's just generals, and then just a lot about life, how's she doing? How's it going? About my kids or whatever. So it's more of, not all the time, but.
They say right when you're great, you see greatness in others. And Caitlin Clark, she's texting Iowa's coach about one player, not the star senior, not the highly recruited freshman Chit Chat, right? A transfer point guard most casual fans have never heard of. But here's what's wild. Clark doesn't just watch her games, she's breaking down film. She's defending her 2 refs on Twitter. She's invested. Why, what does the best player in women's basketball history see in this kid that the rest of us are missing by the end of this? You're gonna understand why this relationship might be the most important storyline nobody's.
Via Iowa coach Jan Jensen, but she is also going viral on the internet from a post on Liz Kitley, where it appears Caitlin Clark and somebody else is having a very hard time putting together a damn camera, putting a strap on it. And Liz Kitley said, "How many idiots does it take to put a shoulder strap on a camera challenge?" So Liz Kitley making fun of her, and then you see here, apparently Caitlin Clark.
All right, listen up, Kim Caitlin, let's be real. Caitlin Clark made *Iowa relevant, period. No argument, that's just the truth. 2 years out of school, and folks like yours truly are still glued to Iowa games, checking stats, completely invested. That's her impact, but things get wilder. Usually legends fade, show up for jersey ceremonies, wave politely, tweet bland support. Clark, she's watching film from Indy, texting the coach during the game. When Taylor Shedeur got a technical this season, Clark unleashed on the refs on Twitter *live*. People thought she was right there. Nope, just that dedicated. That's not typical alumni stuff. That's different. Caitlin Clark. Shedeur and I text often. She hasn't been.
Caitlin and I text a lot. She hasn't been back this year for a game. Hopefully we'll get her back for one at some point. But she's got new adventures and new mountains to climb. But she attacks big games, win, lose, draw. That kid is, she's with me, and I think she knows that I'm with.
Listen up, Coach Jensen revealed it. Caitlin texted her about Shedeur, not just a great win or good luck, but detailed observations. She really loves Shedeur's play. She thinks he's genuinely *fun*. Fun, that's the word Clark uses, not good, solid, or promising. Fun is high praise from someone who redefined what's possible at the position. So what makes Shedeur's game fun to the woman who hit logo threes like layups? Stay with
battle. Caitlin Clark spoke highly of Chit Chat right on the season. Chit Chat's averaging 11 points, 4 assists, but she's shooting 50% from 3, 50% from the field. So I would like to see Chit Chat more aggressive and getting up more shots, because we just don't have the creators off the dribble at the guard spot. But this is going to be a big test. Iowa obviously lost to Audie Crooks at Iowa State. Now they're going to be going against the best player in the country in Sarah Strong.
Shedeur's shooting 50% from 3, 50% from the field. Those are good numbers, not great, not eye-popping. But here's what those numbers don't show. Shedeur's been hurt. She's playing through something. There have been games where she's only played half the minutes, games where she's left early and nobody knows why. Coach just confirmed it's the first serious injury of her college career. She's battling to get back to 100%, back to her old self, and she's still shooting 50 to 50. Think about that. Playing hurt limited minutes, still that efficient. Now imagine what happens when she's healthy. That's what Clark sees, not who Shedeur is now but who she's about to become. Let's see what Shedeur can do.
Let's see what Chit Chat Wright and Layla Hayes had to say about the matchup coming up against the best team in the country.
Chit Chat, how's your first Iowa winter working for you?
Pretty good. It's not bad. I'm starting to get used to the coldness and just the snow coming down. It's just really great to look at it and drink hot chocolate and stuff like that. So
Iowa just crumbled against Audie Crooks and Iowa State, and now the pressure is immense as they brace for UConn, the nation's top team. This isn't just any UConn squad. It's one spearheaded by Sarah Strong, potentially the best player in college basketball, period. Strong surpasses anyone Iowa possesses, presenting a major problem. Iowa lacks creators who can consistently attack off the dribble. Taylor Stremlow offers a temporary solution, Addie Deals is a freshman still adapting, and Sydney Affolter isn't a creator by nature. That leaves only Chichota, hurt and still developing, set to face America's best. Caitlin Clark's watching, texting, and deeply invested.
Chit chat. How's your first Iowa winter working for you?
Pretty good. It's not bad. I mean, I'm starting to get used to the coldness and just the snow coming down. It's just really great to like look at it and drink hot chocolate and stuff like that. So it's been pretty fun so far.
Kyle, is there a team that maybe you played last year, Georgia Tech, that in any way compares to what UConn's going to be like?
To be honest, no. Like,
Yeah, nah. There's nobody you saw while you was at Georgia Tech that's a Sarah Strong. I'm sorry. Sarah Strong, the best player in college.
Top-tier college player, hear how the commentary dissects this game. Reporter inquires if anyone at Georgia Tech last year resembled what UConn's aiming for. Her answer, bluntly no. Absolutely no second guessing, because there's nobody quite like Sarah Strong. Nobody she encountered at Georgia Tech even approached her caliber, and she knows it. But here's the brilliance. Shedeur isn't intimidated, isn't offering justifications, she's simply truthful. We've diligently prepared, logging repetitions in practice. Defense and offense both prepare us to be ready. That's point guard wisdom leader's speech. At 57, playing injured, about to defend one of the nation's most formidable players, Shedeur is prepared. That assurance, that's what Clark observed.
Layla, you got some pretty big minutes against Iowa State. How big is that experience going to be for you moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great learning point. I mean, I've never played against somebody that big, so it was exciting to get to like have that experience, and like it kind of just, I feel like lit a fire under our butts for next year.
What is it like going up against the first? Obviously, there's not people like that in Alaska that you went up against. Just what is it like going up against someone like that and really kind of starting to understand what high level D1 basketball is?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, Coach B even said like, this is like your welcome to college moment. Like, you need to get used to playing against these girls, and like I said, like just it was a lot of experience. Like I've never played against that before, so it's exciting to learn from and grow from.
A freshman fresh off Alaska's high school courts, where elite D1 talent is scarce, faced immediate trial. Thrust into the fray against Audi Crooks, a dominant 6-foot force down low, unstoppable near the basket. Coach Jensen delivered a stark reality. This is your college initiation, adapt to this level. Understandably, she wasn't prepared, few would be, but she began to absorb. Asked about transitioning from Alaska to facing UConn, she chuckled. If you asked me if I'd be here, I'd say no. Yet here Shedeur stands, poised to discover the true definition of elite. This is sink or swim, and Iowa is plunging its newcomers straight into the deep end.
Chit-chat, is this your first time kind of battling through injury, and now that that's kind of behind you and you're able to, start and play a full workload, what's that been like for your mentality?
So it's been pretty challenging because this is my first time having a real serious injury during my college career. So just battling through that and trying to get back to playing 100% and back to my old self. I see it coming along, but I'm still working to get there.
And I mean, yeah, she's been there's been games where she's only played half the game. She's left the game. I don't be knowing what's going on with her half the time, but she's obviously battling an injury, but they need her healthy.
Conspicuously hampered by injury, yet health is paramount. The stark truth, Iowa requires chit-chat at full strength, not merely functional, not just adequate. They require 100% chit-chat, as she is their sole authentic on-ball playmaker. Taylor Stremlow manages pick and roll, but lacks pure point guard instincts. Addie Delt possesses potential, yet remains too inexperienced. Against UConn's defensive prowess, preset plays and hopeful shooters fall short. They need someone to dissect defenses individually, conjure opportunities from thin air. Chit-chat's forte, her purpose. But she grapples with a largely unspoken injury, and Iowa's most crucial game looms. The question: what if she's unprepared? What if the injury surpasses reported severity? Iowa lacks contingency, a safety valve. It's chit-chat, but
Caitlin tweeted really quickly about it, but we had a funny text exchange.
I remember the text when Taylor Stremlow got teed up and Caitlin Clark had put that text out and she was going off on the refs. And everybody's like, damn, Caitlin bombing on the refs and she not even playing. Yeah.
Change because, Caitlin is a little emotional too. So that's always fun. Caitlin's really fun loving. So those kind of things. But when we have a big win or...
Hold on a second, this bond transcends basketball. Coach Jensen shared something impactful. It's about life, her well-being, my kids, just life. It's sporadic, but like friends you see who's truly there, that's real. Clark isn't just analyzing film, she's checking in, being a friend. For someone at Clark's level, WNBA star, global icon, endorsements, constant fame, that's unusual. She could have moved on, focused on her career, and left Iowa behind, but she didn't. She's still present, still invested, still texting during games. Jensen added, reciprocation matters. Many support her, but she can't let everyone in. She has a tight inner circle and some, like us, who will always be there. I'm in that circle, Chit Chat's in that circle.
Where it appears Caitlin Clark and somebody else is having a very hard time putting together a damn camera, putting a strap on it. And Liz Kitley said, how many idiots does it take to put a shoulder strap on a camera challenge? So Liz Kitley making fun of her. And then you see here, apparently Caitlin Clark was gifted a new camera. It says, my photography protege. Shout out to, what is that? Sonia Alpha for hooking up my girl with the Sony, what is that? RX1R. I can't really see it. It's kind of far away. Anywho, it was at Caitlin Clark. So it appears that she was gifted this.
Let's dissect the camera moment, a prime example. Liz Cambridge shared Caitlin Clark's video, struggling, utterly baffled by a camera strap, captioning it, how many idiots does it take to put a shoulder strap on a camera challenge? The internet exploded, jokes flew, but consider this. Sony gifted Clark this professional camera. She's learning photography, not for obligation, not for clicks, but for passion. Shedur's in the WNBA, juggling countless demands, yet embraces learning, even the awkward parts. She's comfortable struggling, looking silly in the process, and that's her power. That mindset, that's what she imparts to younger players like Chit Chat. Embrace the struggle, don't fear looking lost, just pursue.
So forth, but you can't let everybody in that. You know, she's got a really, really close circle, but then she's got some of us that she knows will be there, you know, through it all.
All right, so that's really good to hear from Iowa coach Jen Jensen. A lot of people were talking about this. And then obviously Iowa has a huge game tomorrow.
Iowa confronts UConn, the nation's top team, featuring Sarah Strong, Paige Buchers, and their entire formidable squad. Iowa enters with an injured point guard, a freshman from Alaska unfamiliar with such intense competition, and a roster still defining itself post-Caitlin Clark. The odds are stacked against them. Vegas likely favors UConn by double digits. Yet I keep returning to this thought. Caitlin Clark will be watching, she'll be texting. Should Shedur have a pivotal moment, sinking a crucial shot or making a game-changing play, Clark will undoubtedly be the first to connect. That enduring bond, that unwavering belief holds significant weight, and perhaps, just perhaps, it will instill in Iowa the conviction needed to achieve her
big one. They're going to need a big game from Hannah Stokey. They're going to need a big game from Ava Hayden, but they're going to need Chit Chat to run the show at that point guard spot. Caitlin Clark, game recognized game. Caitlin Clark's in love with Chit Chat's game, y'all. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. This keep the vision. Make sure.
This keeps the vision. Make sure. So what does this actually mean? Why does Caitlin Clark's relationship with Shedur Wright matter beyond feel-good alumni stories? Here's the first angle, legacy. Clark didn't just break records at Iowa. She changed the entire trajectory of the program. Sold out arenas, national TV games relevance. And now she's 2 years removed and people are still watching because of her. That's power, but power fades if you don't pass it on. If Iowa falls back into mediocrity, if they become just another Big Ten team fighting for tournament bids, Clark's impact shrinks. It becomes a moment instead of a movement. But if Shedur develops into an all-Big Ten player, if she leads Iowa deep into March, then Clark's legacy grows. It's not just what she did, it's what she built, what she left behind. That's why she's invested. She's protecting what she created from the other side. Think about the pressure on Shedur. You're a transfer point guard trying to fill the shoes of the greatest player in program history. Every game, fans are comparing you to her. Every mistake, they're remembering what she would have done. That's suffocating. But now imagine the greatest player in program history is texting your coach about you, praising your game, defending you publicly. That changes everything. It's not just pressure anymore, it's validation. It's permission to be yourself, to play your game, to not try to be Caitlin Clark because Caitlin Clark is already a fan of who you are. Now here's the human cost. If this goes wrong, if Shedur can't stay healthy, if Iowa struggles, if they miss the tournament, that's 15 players whose season ends early, seniors who don't get one more March, freshmen like Layla Hayes who came to Iowa expecting to compete for championships, not fight for fifth. And Shedur, she transferred here for this, left Georgia Tech, left everything she knew to be the point guard at Iowa to carry the. If her body won't let her do it, if the injury is too much, that's not just a bad season. That's a dream deferred, maybe permanently. Because in college basketball, you don't get many chances. You get 4 years, maybe 5 if you redshirt. And if one of those years is lost to injury or struggle, you don't get it back. But here's the hidden truth nobody wants to say out loud. Iowa might not be good enough, even with a healthy Shedeur, even with everything clicking. UConn's just better, South Carolina's better, USC's better. The gap between Iowa and the true elite isn't about effort or coaching, it's about talent. And when Caitlin Clark left, she took a generational talent with her. You don't just replace that, you can't. So Iowa's ceiling might be Sweet 16, maybe Elite 8 if everything breaks right. And that's not bad, that's a successful season for 95% of programs. But Iowa fans got spoiled. They got used to Final Fours and national championship games, and now they're adjusting to reality. Shedeur is really good, she might be great, but she's not Caitlin Clark. Nobody is, so what happens next? Iowa plays UConn tomorrow, and one of two things happens. Either they get blown out and everyone says, see, they're not elite anymore, or they keep it close, maybe even pull the upset, and suddenly Shedeur Wright is a national story. Either way, Caitlin Clark's watching. Either way, she's texting, and that matters more than the final score because what Clark's doing is bigger than one game. She's building something. A culture, a standard, a belief that Iowa women's basketball matters, that it's not just about her, that the next generation can carry it forward. And Shedeur, she's the first real test of whether that belief is real or just nostalgia. Here's what I think: Shedeur's got it. Not because she's as talented as Clark, she's not, but because she's got the mentality. She's playing hurt and still a force. She's facing the best team in the country and not making excuses. She's earning the respect of the greatest player to ever wear an Iowa uniform. That's not luck, that's real. And if she can stay healthy, if Iowa can build around her, they're gonna be dangerous. Not championship dangerous, but dangerous enough to matter, dangerous enough to keep people watching, dangerous enough to keep Caitlin Clark invested. And honestly, that might be enough because Iowa's not trying to replace Caitlin Clark. They're trying to honor what she built. And if Shedeur can do that, if she can keep Iowa relevant, keep them competing, keep them in the conversation, that's a legacy worth protecting. So here's my question for you. Do you think Shedeur Wright can be the face of Iowa basketball? Not the next Caitlin Clark, just the next great Iowa point guard. Can she carry that weight? Drop your take in the comments, and if you made it this far, hit that subscribe button because tomorrow's game is gonna tell us everything we need to know.